नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Everyone, yet another show on this 45th Chaturmasya celebration of our beloved Swami G. Every day we have been listening to Swami G and understanding the various dimensions of Swami Ji and expressions and getting powerful cognitions from these powerful satsangs. And each day we have been having special guests sharing their experiences and literally radiating each and every one of Swamiji's dimensions, each individual expressing one dimension, sharing their beautiful, unique experiences with each word, each guru, each dimension of Swamiji. So we have seen various expressions, be it the will persistence or doing the seva or maintaining a temple ecosystem or the power of guru. Like that we have seen different expressions. Today we have a special guest who has taken up Gau Mandir, doing seva to the cows as his life's mission, inspired by our beloved Swamiji. So today let us listen to Swamiji. What is the context? What is the importance of Gau, of the cows, the sacred cows, which is going to have, which is said to have crores of the deities inside it. It is that sacred. Each and every cow is so sacred. So today we are here with our special guest, Shri Mahadeva Swarupananda, joining from India. Originally electronic and computer engineer. Lived in the US for many years, doing consulting for SAP, and deciding that this is not fulfilling him. And inspired by Swamiji's teachings, has taken up doing Gau seva, doing seva to the cows as his life mission. Today he has dedicated his life in maintaining the Gau. So let us now hear Gau. Nithyananda Maya, thank you so much for joining. Please introduce yourself.
Nithyanandamma, it's a pleasure to join and share the wisdom showered on me by Swamiji. My name is Sri Nithya Mahadeva Swarupananda, and as you said, I did my electronics and communication engineering in India, then moved to, I was consulting in SAP for quite a long time. I lived in US for about 17 years, and when I was living in US, there is something that was not getting fulfilled, even though whatever the outside world considered as the success. I had all of that. Even after having all of that, there was some dimension in me was not getting fulfilled, and that things got ironed out. Those things got ironed out, and I see the true purpose of life and the Hindu way of life, how it can change and add so much to our life. And inspired by Swamiji's teachings and inspired by his dikshas and blessings, I decided to do this work. Now I have Goshala. I'm maintaining it, and I'm so happy with it. See, the kind of life that I was living in US, I had a luxury car, I had a home with private beach and everything, but something deep vacant within me. But now I live a very simple life, but I feel I'm extremely rich. This richness that I am experiencing, I am telling you with 100% confident and wholeheartedly, no trillionaire or billionaire in US or wherever, they cannot experience it. This is such a simple life, but the richness that I experience, no one can experience unless otherwise they really live an authentic Hindu way of life. And when Swamiji says there are 5 pillars, one of the 5 pillars of Kailasa and one pillar is Goshala, I did not understand at that time much about neither the cows nor why Goshala is emphasized as one of the pillar of Kailasa. I did not understand any of those things, but until I started to live it and I started to understand what is a cow and how they can add so much into our life, all of that, and that is in one level. I mean, whatever the world that goes through that depression or this problem, that health problem, this problem, there are so many ton of problems, health related problems will automatically get healed without even you knowing it, without even you being aware of it. Ton of such things will get healed just by doing a Go Seva. Swami G in a Satsang beautifully says, okay, you don't do anything, just do Go Seva, you will get enlightened. There is, I forgot, Gurukul boy who went into forest with the Guru's Guruwag, that he goes with few cows and come back with 1,000 cow. By the time when he come back with 1,000 cow, he is already enlightened. So in all dimensions, I see the cows. I mean, when I say cows, today in an unfortunate state, the humanity do not know what is a cow. They think whatever the animal that has 4 legs and gives some kind of white substance, they decided to call them as cow. That is not true. That itself can be explained. But anyway, this transformation, the way how I live now is completely fulfilling, and it's a very powerful existence. People think that powerfulness is something that you need to have that, this, no. The very inner being now I am cherishing and enjoying is way too powerful than how I was living in US.
Yes. So, Ayan, can you share your journey living in the US and self-consultant safety? How did this introduction happen? When did you meet Swami G? So I'm sure you were seeking for that fulfillment. What is the true purpose of life, meaning of life? How did you have the introduction to Swami G? And can you share about that?
Sure, Ma. So after completing my engineering, I was living in Bangkok, Thailand for about an year, and then moved to US and started to living in various places, locations of US. The most of the time in US, I lived in the state called Michigan. In that place, there was, we were doing the regular mundane work like, consulting, making money, or client business, all that kind of stuff. But there is a temple at the time I was actually kind of doing, not knowing who is a guru and what is the importance of a guru in life, not knowing anything. If one guru comes to US, I just go and listen to them. But I started to notice that there is something more in that kind of a life than the way how I was living in US. So then I was following different gurus at the time, and there is a temple in US, in Pontiac, in the state of Michigan. There is a temple in Pontiac city, where it's a Devi Parashakti temple. It's Meenakshi temple actually. They call it as Eternal Mother Temple. It is in that temple actually is constructed or was constructed by the direct instruction of Devi Parashakti. So the temple founder talked to Devi Parashakti directly, and she gives the instruction like, how the temple should be constructed, what are all the deities should be, Prana Pradishta needs to be done, how it needs to be done, what rishi that the temple founder has to meet in Himalayas to get certain mantras. All that instruction comes directly from Devi Parashakti, and Devi Parashakti took a very physical form and walked in that temple. I did not know any of those things, but when we went to that temple, we both fell in love with her, Devi. It is that temple that kind of changed everything in our life. So after going to that temple, my wife, she prayed that she was also very successful in her SAP career. But then she prayed to Devi saying that you prayed actually to Shaniswara Bhagavan, saying that it was at the end of her 7.5 year cycle, she praying to Shaniswara Bhagavan in that temple, see, you showed me all the problems that I have, but I don't have a solution. You cannot leave me after 7.5 years without giving me a solution. When she prayed to Shaniswara Bhagavan, within 2 days or 1 or 2 days, Swami G came into her life. It's so, we don't have, it is not logical. I see that directly Devi intervened. When Swamiji came into our life, then the initial transformation, many went through that, the lot of ups and downs and not knowing. I see that the pattern started to leave. In one of that, then she decided to attend the first program, Inner Awakening, in I think sometime in December 2016. If I remember it right, my wife went for Inner Awakening program first time, and at the same time I started to, when she was in there, I started to host the programs in our home in Michigan. So that's how it started. And as dramatic or as what people consider as mystical, the very first incident in my life, when my wife was attending the Inner Awakening program, Kala Bhairava came to my bedroom in a very physical form. 2 nights. He came and sat in the chair which I was using for my office work and gave me the darshan with the knife or the kodua. In the middle of night, I was being awakened and I saw him. Though the whole home in US is completely set up with, nobody can open the door or window. There is an alarm system. If anybody forcibly opening the window or door, the alarm will set off. In less than 2 minutes, police, fire, everybody will be at home. In less than 2 minutes or 3 minutes. We have had those kind of situations. And I always switch on the alarm at the home. So nobody can really enter. But that doesn't mean anything for Kala Bhairava, right? So I had the first darshan of Kala Bhairava in one night, and he was sitting in my chair and giving me darshan. And when I woke up from my bed out of that intense high frequency, when I'm sitting right here and just few feet away, he is sitting in my chair and looking at me, and I'm looking at him. There was no conversation at all. But I know somebody is in my bedroom, in the place where I am sleeping, but I did not have any fear or anything that sort. Instead, I felt intense, I would say, as though I know that being for ages. That is the emotion, or that is the state I was in, even when I saw Kala Bhairava physically. At that time, I did not even know that was Kala Bhairava. That is that's a funny thing, but that happened one time, and followed by this, that happened second time also in the next night. When the same incident. First time he did not come with the knife, but second time he came with that whatever that he came like this. He was sitting in the chair like this, and it was enormous friendliness, enormous love. That's what I experienced. And later on, I understood it was Kala Bhairava's Akashic reading. Kala Bhairava said it was me who came there to your home, and that brought a lot of tears. So that was my first very physical connection or physical experience in this body with the deity. And I was even thinking, maybe I am visiting Devi's temple more and more. Maybe Devi came in this form. I was thinking all sorts of that kind of a thing, because Devi started to talk to us also. At the time, we understood that Devi is talking to us. Whenever we went to that temple, Devi started to talking to us in a way that we can relate. So all of those things happened. My wife asking for better clarity in life, and all that started to flower, and Swamiji coming into life. And I was wearing a ring from another guru at the time, and it fell off in that temple twice. and I saw that it automatically removed. I mean, it got removed as though it was removed. That ring was removed, and I started to see it was at this time of, Swamiji into my life. And, intuitively, I know that Devi is telling me my guru is Swamiji. And that's it. After that, I never had any second thought. Or then we had, okay, our guru search is complete. Purnatavam. And Swamiji is our guru. And that was the thing that intuitively I realized. And ever since then, when Swamiji comes into your life, all the patterns will start to dance. Especially my laziness. That was a big pattern. Even in Devi kind of, even the temple that where we were going in Paniya, that Devi is not like, okay, come here, I help you this, that. No. She tightly gives slaps also. Okay, it's not that the relationship with Devi is not just one way, that, oh, cuddly, lovey. No. She gave me a couple of slaps. Okay. I had that kind of experience with Swamiji also. I got slapped by Swamiji also.
How did you actually meet Swamiji? How did that interaction happen? When did you go to Inner Awakening? How did you actually meet Swamiji?
So, after my wife was in Inner Awakening, and I had this all divine experiences started to happening. Then in the next time, she said, we both should go to this program. And by then itself, we started to have a center at our home in Michigan. We had the Satsang center at the time itself. Then we started to host the programs. So various volunteers from nearby Kailasa, Ohio, they came to our home. They started to host the programs because I don't know anything. I did not know anything at the time. They started to host the program, and my first meeting with Swamiji was in the program, I think, MSS. Inner Awakening, the MSS started, Swamiji started the MSS, and in the December program, I went there. Maybe sometime the first meeting, there was a program that they were hosting for Kailasa, Ohio, and Swamiji was live in that program, and that was the first time. I stayed in Bididi when we flew to Bangalore, and we stayed in Bididi, and the first program, that first time when I met Swamiji, he was hosting the program for Kailasa, Ohio. So that was my first meet in Bididi, Swamiji. And we did stay in Bididi for about a month once. Besides the programs, we were doing some volunteering work. And that was my first meeting with Swamiji.
Great. How was the darshan? The first experience of meeting Swamiji?
The first experience meeting Swamiji, well, I would say, I don't know how to explain. He was conducting a session for Kailasa, Ohio, that live session for especially for Kailasa, Ohio, and I went and sat there in that Rajya Bididi Rajya Sabha. I went and sat there. It was late. We reached I think it was sometime in India. It was midnight. We came late, and I quickly took shower, and I wanted to meet Swamiji. There is something intuitively within me. Okay, go there, or go and see what's happening. That kind of wanting to see or wanting to experience something more. So I quickly took a shower, and I moved to Rajya Sabha. I did not even know there is a program, and later only I knew that it's Kailasa, Ohio program and all that. But when I met him first time, he was live, and that was my very first physical being in his breathing space. It was very nice. I experienced something that I don't have words to explain. That was my first experience with Swamiji.
So since then, you have become a founding father of Kailasa, being a SJ Dharma. And then what transpired? How did you, the whole concept of Brahman, how Swamiji inspired you? What was that turning point in your life?
When see, there are a ton of things that needed to be removed from me. An intense detox started to happen. The intense detox, whatever Swamiji says, we do. We try to do, at least. I don't know whether we did it completely, but we always try to do whatever the detox that Swamiji asked us to do. Probably I did 10 or 12 Nirahara, the 21-day cycles, and that detox started to take many things out of my body, and that intensity was kept on rising. There are a ton of karmas that needed to be removed for me to experience, even to live this life. Something that needs to be removed so that the obstacles, the true obstacles. I have seen so many people saying that, okay, I want to live such a life who has enormous amount of money, everything, but they were not able to do because their bank balance of karma is way too much. But Swamiji started, when he came, there are so many karmas that started to leave, and there's intense detox. The realization of how I am contributing to my reality started to flower a lot. That's pure Kalpataru Dikshas, going through so many Dikshas and trying to contemplating why it happens the way it happens and how we are responsible for it. 100%. There are so many such things happen. And as part of the detox, my health also went down to a greater extent, because see, I did even with unawarely, I did even automation for a slaughterhouse. That project did not go well. With the grace of Paramashiva, I got kicked out of that project. But I'm looking at that. I think that project itself is failed or something like that. But it was an automation for a slaughterhouse. And when I look back at it, that is an intense karma. When Swamiji says that if you don't want to, dharma is something that how you want to be treated, you should treat the other also in the same way. So there are so many such things need to be removed. As part of the intense detox process, I went through so much of health related things also. And then the question came, why the health deteriorates and why it goes through what it goes through. And when we started to ask questions and questions and questions, then the natural way of living started to come, natural way of detoxing started to flower, and what we consider as natural, and how Swamiji in a Satsang, he says, we have 4 mothers. First mother is being our physical mother, second mother is Gau Mata, third mother is Bhu Mata, and fourth is Devi Parashakti. What does it really mean in my life? And if how they are nourishing us. Everything started to question after question after question, and what Sanatana Hindu Dharma and its lifestyle can do. And Swamiji says, okay, starting from your headache to the global warming, for everything we have solution in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So am I really living that life? And with the limited sources in Michigan or in the places where I was living, that did not seem to fulfill what I wanted to do because of various reasons. The environmental pollution is way too high in US. Then you don't have a fresh living soil where you can relate with Bhumata. When we walk barefoot on Bhumata, the vegetables that are grown next to you will have specific nutrition for your body. Forget about you trying to sell it. Your body will have it. Gomata also produce the milk in the same line. So all these things, when we started to explore more and more, then that place did not fulfill what I wanted to do. Then we moved to India. And that's where we started to live with Gomata. And Gomata meaning we in Tamil we say Karam Pasu. Karam Pasu is highly, I mean, it's the favorite of Shiva. When I hear there is a cow that Karam Pasu, which is the favorite of Shiva, something within me, oh, that is the favorite of Shiva, oh, then we should have it, or we should do something with it. And then within a week, that cow landed in me. It's so very mystical. I mean, the outside people, if I say all these things, they will think it's very mystical, but actually it's the blessing of Devi that cow came into our life. And then I started to raise them. That's when I understood the real power of transformation that these beings can add into our life. See, the cow today, it's completely misunderstood. I'll explain what is a cow. First, the cow, what the humanity knows as cow now is the HF, Jersey, or college, or the combination of these breeds. But these are actually not cows. These were taken from the wild, their ancestors, taken from the wild about 700 years back, and they went through a lot of genetical modification. And the milk that they give is not actually milk, it's actually a slow poison. Nobody knows. I was so happy when Swami G said nobody using that milk, because that milk has so much of violence in it. Nobody using that milk in US for any abhishek. You use almond milk or you use some other milk, no cow milk, unless otherwise the Gomata is being taken care properly. And these cows there is a chemical component called BCM7. So this BCM7, what it does, it gives autism to the kids. For the adults, it gives the problem with their mind. In Tamil they say Mannachidayu. That basically means that a slighter version of being mad. Paitikaratana. And that milk can give this to humanity. That's when I started to question, okay, in the 17 years of my US life, I was never able to consume milk or milk related products in US. When I look back now, I see that as a big blessing, because that milk like substance, it's a slow poison. When I started to consume the milk of Kamadhenu got the darshan of Swami G also. When I started to have the milk of Kamadhenu, my health and the health related problems had a major shift in terms of now I'm experiencing, I'm stronger, healthier than in my entire life. Even in my 16s or 17s or my 20s, whatever the health that I experienced, I am way too stronger. I am way too physically strong, not just physically strong, mentally, spiritually, in all aspects. I am way too powerful now. It may appear, if that milk or their cow dung or their panchagavya, all of them are way too powerful in pujas. The puja, when we are performing with those from Karam Pasu, I see Devi visited here. So many visited the place where we are living now. I got the darshan of Paramashivam in the form of Shivalinga and all. So many such things happens. But anyway, this transformation happened, and the guts to live this lifestyle is pure grace of Swamiji. And living his powerful cognition is the pure grace of Swamiji, and how to deal with these instances. See, the single room that I am living now, I had the elephant visit. Elephant is on the one side, pushing the door to open. Okay, I am giving my shoulder to lock the door. And on the other side, the wild elephant, and here I am. And that elephant listened to Mahavakya.
Wow.
Okay, so the elephant listened to Mahavakya, and it stopped pushing the door. It came and touched the window, glass window. It's way too powerful. You know the power of elephant. It touched the window, bowed down. I'm bowed out in the sense it looked like as though it prayed. Touched the window where we have our Atmamurti and waited there for a few minutes and left. It sounds like, many such things. This is just one of many. All of that. So had Swamiji was not in my life, I would think, okay, maybe I should sell this place first and move back to US. I would have done that. Never, should we really live here, or should we really try to explore this? All that kind of questions would have come. But it is only the teachings and the initiations and the dikshas that Swamiji showered on me. The whole life shifted, and the way how I perceive life changed, and the way how I live my life changed, and the way how I deal with the problems that I face is completely changed. I'm telling you, every time, may that be taking shower at what time, or to deal with the false cases that are filed on me to grab my property, the property that I inherited from my father. The moment they understood that I am in US, they decided to encroach it, or they decided to steal it, and they started to go in that direction. For everything, how to deal with the day-to-day problem, to deal with the any other problems, or to do what to do, everything I get the voice, inner voice, directly from Swamiji. I am not seeing Paramashiva and him as two different beings. I realized, and it is him who is guiding me, who is holding me. It's like, it's not a Lala Lulu journey. I mean, Guru is not like, it's like a controlled burning. In California, they do a controlled burning. You know, right? What does the controlled burning mean? Before the forest fire comes and destroy everything, they burn selective areas so that the major destruction can happen. Guru does the same thing. He puts you through controlled burning so that the things that needs to be removed from you will be removed. It's not, oh, la lulu, no. That intensity, only with his grace you can hold it. I'm telling you, there were so many nights when I slept in US, I did not know whether I'm going to wake up or not. So there are so many things that need to be removed. Then I got the guts. In one Diksha, Swamiji literally removed my consciousness or soul outside and showed my own body to me. I had a very physical darshan of Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari. She sat just in front of me and took the prasada from my plate. The puja plate, I had the darshan of Lalita Tripura Sundari appeared physically, and she took the puja. I was about to do puja, and Swamiji's, I think this happened in Bididi, and it was on Swamiji's Jayanti. I was doing Pada Puja, and Lalita Tripura Sundari appeared. And she took the prasada directly from the... I said, this is for puja. And she smiled at me and said, you are giving it to me anyway. Why not I have it now? That's what she said. So there are so many such things. This is just few. But all of these things started to question the very basic cognitions on which I started to function every day. Then Swamiji gave me the spiritual name, and I have documented all the guru works that I received, and I am trying to go through. I try to live, and I am seeing that he is holding me. He is constantly guiding me. He did not, even with all this controlled burning and all those things. It is only with his grace I am able to enjoy him. People can easily get deluded.
Yes, definitely. So let us now listen from Swamiji. So much beautiful experiences you have had of how Swamiji transformed you from what we call as the so-called success that society literally pushes on us, imposes on us. Whether you're happy or not, you are made into a zombie and pushed into that, the Maya matrix. And so beautifully Swamiji has saved you, transformed you, protecting you, guiding you, and guiding you through this beautiful seva that you have taken up as your life mission now in taking care of this. Actually, before this show, sometime back when I was talking to you and Ma, I asked you, Ma, do you have a kid? Do you have children? You said, no, we don't have a child, but we have 5 cows. That was your response. So beautiful as to how much care you're taking care of these cows. Yeah. So let us now hear from
It
Swami.
is true, Ma. They do. I have seen the Kangayam breed is highly ferocious for Jallikattu and all. Nobody, Kangayam is one of the very famous breed. And the cow that I am raising, when I sit in the swing outside, when I let them free, she come and put her head on my shoulder and sleep. I cannot hold her whole body, right? But she relaxes, putting her head on my shoulder and relax. I seen the younger calf putting their face on my stomach, and they literally, when I rub them, when I do a little massage, they literally snore and sleep. That kind of relation, it's not just one way, me thinking they are emotionally connected, just like as a family. That connection can happen only with our indigenous cows. It cannot happen with whatever the outside world considers as cow, like in HF, Jersey, and college, and all these genetically modified beings. You cannot have an emotional bonding with those. That's something, that aspect can alone, I can probably explain it for hours together. But anyway, this transformation to live this lifestyle is the blessing of Swamiji, and he is holding me.
So beautiful, Aya. Actually, I just want to add, the experiences you've had with, caring for cows, as per the vision that Swamiji gave you, and as per how Swamiji has revealed to you how, cows should be cared for. And so you've had these experiences of higher consciousness. And then actually the video that we are going
do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, Nithyananda, can you hear me? Sorry, sorry for the sorry for the technical glitch. I was just saying, Aya, actually the experiences of the higher consciousness that you've had, with the blessings and grace of Swamiji, and how he's taught you how to care for cows. And actually the satsang that we are going to be listening to now, Swamiji very beautifully explains the fifth force. What is the fifth force? And that is the power of the consciousness. And Swamiji also explains how what is the power of doing Gau Puja, of caring for cows, and and how the caring for cows can bring a spiritual completion and healing in the family, which is exactly what you've described. So let us go ahead and watch this satsang from Swamiji to have a deeper understanding, and then we'll invite you, Aya, to share your powerful cognitions, the clicks that you've gotten from this satsang, and how you can relate this to your life, the life that you're living now, where you are, on a day-to-day basis, you are, caring for the cows and doing the Gau Puja. So let us now go ahead and watch this satsang from Swamiji.
Sure.
Directly from Kailasa. Listen. Reality of the existence manifests as consciousness in you, as Paramashiva in Brahmanda, in macrocosm. In the macrocosmic level, the reality of existence is Paramashiva. In the microcosmic level, the reality of existence is consciousness. Listen intensely. The fifth force, consciousness. Just by understanding the fifth force, consciousness, the initiation can happen in you. Understand? There are some things, once you learn, there is no question of forgetting or going back to the state of ignorance. For example, swimming. Once you learn swimming and start swimming, even 25 years you did not swim, but by mistake, accidentally you fall into the water, simply your body will start swimming. So there is no question of going back to ignorance. When some of the knowledge gets into your biomemory, same way cycling. Once you learn cycling and did it successfully, even 25 years you did not touch the cycle, doesn't mean you will forget it. Simply when you get the cycle again, you will start cycling. There are many great possibilities and powers. Once it gets into your biomemory, there's no going back to the pre-knowledge period, the ignorance period. Some knowledge makes a permanent awakening, alteration in you. This knowledge about consciousness, the fifth force, will make permanent transformation, change in you. There is no going back to the space of ignorance or pre-knowledge zone. Once you receive this knowledge, there is no going back to pre-knowledge time or ignorance period. Listen, I'm going to initiate all of you by giving you this conscious reality. All of you, settle down, preparing yourself for initiation. Keep the Atmalinga next to you. Get your pets, kids, family, team, whoever you want should receive this initiation, conscious reality. If you want, you can light a small lamp. Lighting a lamp during the Satsang, offering a betel leaf and betel nut, a coin. This all may look ritualistic, but it will prepare your inner space to receive initiation. You don't need to give $1 or $2 or nothing. Just you can give a penny. The lowest available denomination coin. Because it is not economical value, it's a spiritual value. Understand? It is not at all economical value. It's a spiritual value. A betel leaf, a betel nut, and the lowest available coin, a lamp. All this does a powerful preparation inside you. Now listen. I'll also be doing a question answer, live question answer. So first thing, the first force human beings decoded is the power of gravity, gravitation force. The second one, electromagnetic force. Third, weak nuclear force. Fourth, strong nuclear force. The fifth force is reality. Of course, it's not that just with the fifth it ends. No. With the fifth, it enters into a different space altogether. There are 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, up to 14 dimension. Different forces exist. 14th force is that absolute Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Turyadita, Turyadita. I'll explain the fifth force for now and initiate all of you about the fifth force. I'll reveal the exact Tamil words got revealed to me by Paramashiva, Arunagiri Yogeshwara directly. Still I enjoy Paramashiva as my Guru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Even though he became one and the same, my Guru Bhakti is so overflowing. It's like a gracie, not crazy, crazy, cranky, all put together and beyond. It's a gracie. So I enjoy my Guru, Paramashiva, as Arunagiri Yogeshwara. புவியீர்ப்பாம் முதல் மின்காந்த அலைவீச்சாம் 2 சிறுவனுவாம் சக்தி 3 பேரண்ட பேரணு 4 இருப்பின் சக்தி 5 இலங்க 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 பயிற்று துலங்க 5 முதலில் அறி. இருப்பின் இருப்பு பிண்டாண்டத்திற்குள் உயிரின் உணர்வாயும் உயிர்மையாயும் பிரம்மாண்டத்திற்குள் பரசிவமாயும் மலர்ந்து இருந்து துலங்குகிறது. Listen. Greatest that can happen to human being is this conscious reality becoming the existence, part of your existence. Listen, this conscious reality can be part of your existence if you have a direct feeling connection, Guru Bhakti. It can just like a jumping of the flame, transmission of the lamp. Hey, Paramashiva is real. Over. You just know. Swami G said it. Paramashiva is real. Paramashiva is real. And based on that, your whole cognitive shift happens. Your existence shifts. From that reality, you cognize, exist, act, manifest, gravitate, do everything. If you are not fortunate enough to have that kind of a Guru Bhakti, then at least listen to the Sankhya I am giving. Understanding from known to unknown, then when the unknown becomes known, from that known to the next unknown, and when that unknown becomes known, from that known to the next unknown, this Sankhya which I am showing, at least move along with it. So you can start internalizing. On Vijayadashmi day, I revealed when my 41st Chaturmasya was completed, I revealed this. The gravitation force happens in the Brahmanda, happens as greed in Pindanda. What is greed? Nothing but trying to expand, multiply, gravitate, pull, and add what you pulled as part of you. Are you becoming part of that? Listen. I'll give you like principles. Just pull out what modern science talks about gravitation, theory of gravity, everything, the latest, and what Vedas describe as gravitation and what Vedas reveal about greed. See, what Vedas talk about gravitation and greed. What modern science speaks about gravitation. Take all these three and study. Never go to what modern psychology says about greed. Oh God, that's a worst. Forget about that. At least the science can be accepted little bit as science, but never ever psychology. What Vedas and Agamas describe about gravitation, what Vedas and Agamas describe about greed, and what modern day science describes about gravitation, theory of gravity, everything. These three, if you study, I think you should do little homework and Google, study, because only when you study, you will develop this Sankhya on your own. You will start having clicks on your own. I can give you a lot of references. I'll give you the references I have from Rig Veda, first canto and 103rd chapter, 2nd verse. Indra, Lord of light and power, like the sun with his actions, waves of gravitation, holds the earth and manifests its vast expanse, striking the electric thunderbolt of his energy. He constantly creates the waters of space. He breaks the cloud formed in the Rohini constellation, striking over its shoulders and releases the showers of rain on the earth. That glory of yours, Lord, which is supreme and eternal, which is essential, subtle and mysterious, and this which is actual and existential, the poets of vision and imagination realize by its manifestations of this glory of Indra. This which is on earth is one and distinct, and the other which is in heaven is distinct and another. The two mingle in form and mature as one, just as two parties meet in the assembly, each with its identity, and become one community. I have collected some 20-30 references. I'll share the whole thing in the Facebook social media. You study it. I'll give you the fundamental principle connecting the whole thing. Understand? Gravitation in macrocosm, greed in microcosm. Actually, in the initial level, you need to understand our existence is like holographic. Macrocosm's holographic structure is microcosm. Once you evolve this Sankhya, this conscious evolution, and reach the fifth force, you will understand macrocosm is microcosm and microcosm is macrocosm. Consciousness is Paramashiva, Paramashiva is consciousness. Either you need a strong Guru Bhakti, simple obedience to Guru's words, so you click with the truth and it becomes experience in you, or you develop this Sankhya, clarity of the conscious evolution. Rishi Pippalada explains in the Prashnopanishad, the mother divinity in the earth helps the apana by supporting it. As per the Ayurveda, apana is the force equivalent to gravity, present in the middle of the body. In all living beings, it aids bodily functions of ingestion, taking in of food, digestion, the process of moving and breaking down food into absorbable nutrients, excretion, discarding the body, waste such as defecation, micturition, urination, parturition, giving birth, all these actions. Listen. Listen intensely. I'll put all the references I'm referring now in the Satsang. You don't need to worry, oh, Swamiji is giving too many references. I'm not able to recollect, remember. No, I'll put all this in the social media. In the Facebook, I'll upload everything. Relaxed way, you sit and study. Now you receive only the basic principle which I am teaching you. With this basic principle, if you study all these references, your whole head will lit up. Especially if you are living a vegetarian lifestyle, your whole body will lit up. Understand? Vegetarian food, veganism as a reason. Suddenly I started using the word veganism. Because in the West, even the milk is not vegetarian. Desi cow's milk, which is worshipped as Gomata, is vegetarian. A cow should be worshipped as a living being, equivalent to mother. Only that cow's milk is vegetarian. Not any other cows. I am making it very clear. Cow, which is worshipped as Gomata, equivalent to mother. Only that cow's milk is vegetarian. It is considered as vegan. The definition of veganism as per Kailasa. Definition of veganism as per Kailasa. Cow milk from a cow which is worshipped, revered, equivalent to mother, and the products made of that milk is part of veganism, vegan diet. Not any other cows or any other dairy products. I am making it very clear. Some people are telling, oh, in the West, the cows are treated badly. Go to India. India has gone to the same level of West. India also, only the traditional mutts, monastery, goshalas, cows are treated with respect and love and worshipped. So I am very clearly telling you, all my disciples, if you want to drink milk, any dairy product, have cows in your home. Worship them, respect them. Get milk from them. Having a cow in your house will bring Lakshmi, wealth to you. I tell you, the worst thing, the criminal, negligent Hindus. I want to popularize this word, criminal, negligent Hindus. If you are seeing, hearing the news about Bangladeshi Hindus are destroyed and you just keep quiet, eat your shit and live your third-rate life, you are a criminal, negligent Hindu and your son, your next generation, is not only not going to be Hindu, you don't have a right to have someone who is going to carry your name. That's why you are going to lose it. Criminal, negligent society has no right to exist. You have no right to have future. One of the worst thing these criminally negligent Hindus tell is they always think the Hinduism will be protected by somebody else. To justify their criminal negligence, they think, oh, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, it can never be destroyed. Bloody. Dash, 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 dash. Beep sound and fill all the dirty words in this gap. See how much Hinduism was a living experience during your great-grandfather and grandfather, and now for you and your kids. Then tell whether Hinduism can be destroyed or not. It is already. It is there, almost ready for museum. I'm not going to let it die. That's different. I am going to revive. Be very clear. The criminal, negligent Hindus. Actually, I want the whole Kailasa should start using this word. We are treating Hindus with a very cute words like, oh, consumeristic Hindus. Hindus are caught in consumerism. That is the real problem. Many anti-Hindu forces are very active. Oh, Hindus are not united. Don't use all these decent words towards Hindus. Use straight word. Criminally negligent Hindus. Always bothered about one degree, one house, one spouse, 2 kids, 2 cars, bank balance, over. When you lose your next generation to atheism and other religions or consumerism or just any other lifestyle and ideology, coming and crying, oh Swami G, I lost my next generation. They are not following me anymore, following Hinduism anymore. Not only they are not going to follow Hinduism anymore, they are not going to remember your name. And you fellows after death go and suffer in the Pitruloka without any Pitru or Pinda. Be very clear. Unless your next 7 generation gives you the Pinda, you are going to rot and die in Pitruloka. These are all not false lies. You will rot and die in Pitruloka if you don't take the responsibility for your next 7 generation to follow Hindu tradition and give you the Shraddha properly. If you have given Shraddha, you will see the mantra not only for your father, forefather, their forefather, it is for 7 generation. Be very clear. If you want a peaceful existence after death, make sure your 7 generation follows Hinduism and gives you Shraddha properly. Otherwise, get lost, rot in the Pitruloka. These are all not false Hey, other religions talk only about one birth and they have their own solutions and all that. Hinduism is very clear. If you are a born Hindu, the greater science of life, the truth of the cosmos is this. Stop being criminally negligent. Learn to keep your next 7 generation Hindus and living, practicing Hindus. They should give proper Shraddha Pindadarpana to you. Only then you are going to be in peace in the Pitruloka. I am making it very clear. Anyone comes to Kailasa, I will ask them to have a regular check in the Mahakailasa whether your next generations are following, practicing Hinduism and giving you the Shraddha and Pinda. Only if your next generations are giving you Shraddha and Pinda, you will have a social respect in Kailasa. I am talking about Mahakailasa itself. Otherwise, in Mahakailasa, people will laugh at you. Your grandson did not send you the Pinda now this year. Over. Next 7 generations should give you Shraddha. So next 7 generations should follow Hinduism. Take collective integrity responsibility for that.
This is such a powerful satsang that we've just heard, and where Swamiji beautifully emphasizes that the ultimate reality manifests as Paramashiva in the macrocosm and as consciousness in the microcosm. Swamiji identifies consciousness as the fifth force, which is a transformative truth that once we realize that creates an irreversible inner awakening in us. And Swamiji further beautifully reveals that practical spiritual living like rituals such as the Gau Puja, the Shiva Puja, and adopting a traditional conscious Hindu lifestyle enhances productivity, heals emotional turmoil, and also keeps one grounded in reality. Just like how we've been listening to how Aya has been sharing about his experiences. And we've also heard how Swamiji further reveals that the real spiritual living, such as keeping a cow, performing the daily worship, and also raising kids in the Vedic Hindu values, is essential not just for our personal transformation but also for the survival of Hinduism itself in a world that is increasingly disconnected from the sacred reality. So Aya, I would like to invite you, Aya, to share what all the powerful cognitions and clicks that you have gotten from this satsang, and how do you see that you have applied these powerful cognitions in your life, and how has these powerful cognitions changed your life for the better?
Not only in this. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Yes, Nithyananda, we can
Are
hear
you
you.
able to hear me? Okay, ma. Okay. I may that be societal or may that be introduced to us by our parents, and some identity, self-limiting ourselves only with the body that what we carry, which Swamiji also beautifully explained. The gravitation, the idea of gravitation is related to greed. If we are completing with the greed, the levitation automatically happens. In a way that how I relate with my earlier days of functioning, I neither have greed nor have fear of trying to possess something or trying that, oh, I need to have this, I need to have that. Every day, every moment, I started to live in that current moment. And I see that Paramashiva is flowing in me, flowing through me. The moment when I do not neither have greed or have fear. And he also handhold and shows how to deal with the present day situations. All that I do does everything through me. That is such a beautiful oneness connection that I enjoy a lot with the grace of Swami G. And the levitation also happens automatically if we are complete with the greed. We don't have to attract everything. And when we associate our identity with only this body, that's when we get into all sort of other things. Or the delusion can easily take over. But when we think or when we realize the Paramashiva within, we are no longer limited to just this body. The whole cosmos becomes our body. We are living. The oneness has expanded to the whole cosmos. So everything that we do becomes a Leela. So that's the very powerful cognition and the very powerful way to exist, ma. That's something that associating our greed with the gravity is a very powerful shift. And how our levitation can happen when we don't have the greed. That's a powerful cognition.
So beautiful, Aya. Actually, Aya, one question. You've been caring for cows for so long. Is there any such powerful experience or breakthrough that you've had while caring for the cows or during even the Gau Puja?
Rising the Karampasu. Karampasu, Kangeya breed Karampasus, which are considered as walking Shiva Linga. That cow, I have seen some outage here. Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, we can hear you, Aya, but I think you are having a low internet bandwidth. So let us continue watching the satsang from Swamiji while we are getting the technical issue fixed. And we are going to be continuing watching the satsang on what is the importance of living near cows, caring for cows, and even having cows in our home. So let us continue hearing from Swamiji.
Criminal, negligent, dash, 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 dash. Put the beep sound and fill all the filthy words in that gap. Criminal, negligent Hindus started believing, oh, having a cow in the house, doing everyday puja, these are all waste of time, takes away too much energy. Why don't you stop cooking? Just eat your shit itself. So cooking time will be saved. Very easy. You just shit and eat the same. That becomes more practical, time-saving lifestyle, na? I tell you, I am born and brought up in a house where my grandparents used to have a cow in the home just to milk every day and use for puja, offer to Paramashiva and Shiva puja and take it to temple. The amount of auspiciousness the house used to have. Wow. Every day morning that Gau Puja, all that. Don't try to come and tell me, oh, in US we cannot keep cows. Then get lost and go to a country where you can keep cows. Life is not all about the 70 years in the planet Earth. Life is large. Life is large. A house where the cows live, puja happens every day. The whole house will be productive 10 times more, because every day you need to pull yourself, drag yourself out of bed, and you need to be active. You cannot just sit in your cell phone whole day. Now the next is coming, multiverse, to literally kill you into your screen. The relationship between you and the reality will be reduced 90% more the moment multiverse is launched. The companies which launches multiverse and runs, they will become trillionaires. You will become so poor with the life. Your relationship with reality will disappear. I tell you, every day, even if you spend 10-15 minutes with cows, either milking or just hugging, doing puja, cleaning, it brings so much healing in you, so much compassion in you, so much completion in your way of relating with life. All husbands who have problem with the wife's violence, if you feel my wife is violent and she is not listening to me, same way all wives, if you feel your husband is very aggressive, abusive type and he is not settling, just get a cow to a house, start caring. You will see how much both of you will be healed inside. I tell you, these are all not lies or some cheating techniques. One cow in the home will bring so much completion between the family, so much attitude, right life positive attitude towards existence. A house in which the Gau Puja happens, Shiva Puja happens. When I reveal this truth's reality, simply it will become reality for you, initiation for you. If you just have a cow, do Shiva Puja every day, teach all these to your kids. Literally it is equivalent to having Goshala, Devalaya and Gurukul in your home. Your house has become a Kailasa ecosystem. Naturally you will have few books, my books, so that will become Jnanalaya. A simple Tiruvannamalai village Hindu lifestyle is what I made it into big and made it as a Kailasa ecosystem and took it to whole world. That's all. Life is not just 70 years. So listen to what I am trying to explain. And I tell you, I am very practical person. You see, I am a workaholic person. I will neither waste my time nor teach you to waste your time. I can give you statistics for now. How many hours you are productive? Spending for wealth creation, spending on having sweet family, spending on entertainment. How many hours per day you are totally alive? Just bring the life of cow puja, means bring one cow to your home and start maintaining it. Bring Gau Puja and Shiva Puja. You may think, oh, this Gau Puja and Shiva Puja will take at least 1 more hour of my time. No. Now, if you are active every day, 5 to 8 hours, if you bring Gau Puja and Shiva Puja, 1 hour extra work, I promise you will be alive and active 18 to 20 hours a day. Yeah, I am telling you. I am not an impractical person. Just see. See my life. டீனேஜ்ல வீடு வீடா பிச்சை எடுத்து ஹிந்து மதத்துக்காக ஒரு வீடு கட்டிட்டேன். 20ஸ்ல தெரு தெருவா பிச்சை எடுத்து ஹிந்து மதத்துக்காக ஒரு தெருவே கட்டிட்டேன். 30ஸ்ல ஊர் ஊரா பிச்சை எடுத்து ஹிந்து மதத்துக்காக ஒரு ஊரையே கட்டிட்டேன். 40ஸ்ல நாடு நாடா பிச்சை எடுத்து ஹிந்து மதத்துக்காக ஒரு நாடே கட்டிட்டேன். நான் பிராக்டிக்கலான ஆளப்பா. I'm the most practical person. And I work not just 20 hours a day, almost 24 hours. I constantly make myself available for the Sangha, Kailasa, and make the whole Kailasa also work. So listen with a little sincerity. You are active, intelligent, working. Hour per day will increase 150 to 200% if you bring Gau Puja and Shiva Puja in your life, and I am responsible for what I am uttering. I am responsible for what I am uttering. Because this all makes you more active, alive. Keeps you connected to reality. Not that stupid screen 24/7 drill, daga, 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 notifying. That cell phone and your stupid screen. All criminally negligent Hindus Wake up. I will never teach something to waste your time. I keep myself productive and keep all of you extremely productive. Hugging a cow removes, hugging a cow and doing Gau Puja. If you spend 10-15 minutes a day, it takes away almost 4 or 5 hours of boiling violence in you and keeps you cool, sweet for 4 or 5 hours, makes your 4 or 5 hours very productive and able to relate with people. Especially this pandemic, how you all got broken, mentally broken. That is why during this pandemic, Pralaya time, any of my Kailasa Vasis, Adina Vasis, anything they told me, I don't believe. I just put the whole blame on Pralaya and tell them, okay, it's okay, kids are going through Pralaya, let's leave it. Let's not give meaning to the words they are uttering, because even they don't know what they are uttering. The impact of Pralaya on you will drastically reduce if you just keep a Gau Puja, Shiva Puja. Kim Williams is asking, we are not allowed cow in home. What else can we use? No, just leave that country and go to a country where the cows are allowed. Kim Williams is asking a question. We are not allowed cow in home. What else can we use? Just go to a country where you are allowed to have cows in your home. Drop that country, that's all. Why people change countries for the job, for even sometimes food and alcohol, wine? Why don't you change the country for life? That's all. Alicia Maurice is asking, Swamiji, can we do cow puja to cow photo? Then just get enlightenment also as a photograph. Don't ask for enlightenment. Don't drink cow milk. Have the photograph of milk and lick that and get satisfied. And have the photograph called enlightenment. Write in a paper enlightenment and lick that paper, eat that paper, and satisfied that you are enlightened. Don't ask for enlightenment. Don't ask for cow milk. All our temples in USA also should work with the local governments and get the legal proper approval, permission, and start having Desi cows and start doing Gau Puja every day. To set a trend. To set a trend. These criminally negligent Hindus all the time trying to use my name for their criminal negligence. No. Don't. I am a talking God. God who talks back nicely. So you can't use me to justify your criminal negligence. If you are seeing, hearing the news about Bangladeshi Hindus getting killed, destroyed, raped, butchered, and keeping quiet, you don't have a right to expect your daughters not to get raped by the anti-Hindus, the same guys who are raping the Bangladeshi Hindu women. Their kids are going to rape your daughters and your sisters, your next generation. Don't think you are safe. 100 years before, when Afghanistan Hindu women were getting raped, the Indian Hindus kept quiet, Pakistani Hindus kept quiet. Then 60 years before, Pakistani Hindus were getting raped, Indian Hindus kept quiet. Then this generation, Bangladeshi Hindus are getting raped, Indian Hindus are keeping quiet. Next generation, there will be nobody called Indian Hindus. That is where you are heading. And you are still believing your criminal negligence can be justified. The same people who are raping the Bangladeshi Hindu girls, actually the Bangladeshi Hindu girls are now getting raped. Those kids who are born out of that rape, they will come and rape your daughters and granddaughters in India. That's what is going to happen. That's where you guys are heading. Criminal, negligent Hindus. I want this word to be, this should be hashtag trending in all social media. Criminal, negligent Hindus. Your negligence is not casual, it is criminal negligence. Last, your lifestyle. You know, funny thing, my grandfather had cow in the home and did Gau Puja, Shiva Puja. Not only the Gau Puja, Shiva Puja both stopped after my grandfather passed away. Now, next generation, I can't even tell them. I can't tell even in the family in which I was born and brought up. To them, even to them, I cannot advise. No, you guys are doing something wrong. We should bring the Gau Puja, Shiva Puja back in our life. We should continue. All this should not discontinue. They say, Swamiji, we will hand over the deity to ashram. You please take it and you do it, Swamiji. We will pay the money for cows to you. And you please buy a cow in our name and keep the cow in the ashram. And you maintain the Goshala and do Gau Puja and bless. No, they are all very sweet people. Swami G, how much money we need to give for one Godana? And you buy the cow and keep in the ashram and maintain, Swami Ji, and bless us with that punya. உள்ள பெக்கிறத தவிர மீதி எல்லாத்தையும் பிரான்சைஸ் பண்ணி விட்டானுங்கடா. ஆதாயம் இப்ப புதுசா ஒரு டெக்னாலஜியை கண்டுபிடிச்சு வாடகை தாயின்ட்டானுங்க. படுபாவீங்களா? லைஃப பிரான்சைஸ் பண்ணி விட்டு போய் படுத்துக்கிறதா சுடுகாட்டுல சுகமா இருக்கும்ல. Listen. All Hindus, listen. Your negligence is crossing all limits and becoming criminal negligence. That's all I can say. Let me come back to the satsang subject I was talking. Electromagnetic force in the Brahmanda is the fear in Pindanda. I have spoken elaborately about fear from 2002. Listen, in 2002, my earliest satsang recordings available. I have spoken elaborately about this fifth force. From 2002, 3, you can hear my satsangs on this fifth force, consciousness. That time itself I have spoken elaborately about fear and how it is connected to electromagnetic force. The electromagnetic force happening in the macrocosm, same when it happens in microcosm, it is fear. Fear happening in macrocosm is electromagnetic force, and electromagnetic force happening in the microcosm is fear. So study a bit all the laws of the electromagnetic force. And I've elaborately defined the principle of fear from 2003, and it's all available in the YouTube. Spend little time in organizing. I tell you, if you study on your own, based on this principle, understanding electromagnetic force, you can just Google. It's not that it's all not available. Understand electromagnetic force and understand fear and try to see how it connects. When you get the clicks, it becomes part of your very bio-memory. It is like you build a muscle memory with that great truth. Vinesh actually works out all the time when he is listening to satsang. I'm very happy about it, because all these ideas will get into the muscle memory. You can actually do gymming and workout, listening to the satsang, even yoga, or have your kids on your lap, making them sleep or making them comfortable, because all this will make these great truths get into your muscle memory. Even drinking coffee or hot chocolate is advisable during the satsang, because I have always seen multiple times Arunagiri Yogeshwara will keep a pot full of water. While he was giving the satsang itself, while he is teaching the truths, he will be touching that water and asking me to drink, sip. Because this satsang time, literally, your consciousness get impregnated by Paramashiva's manifestation, energy into your being. Some of the stupid, criminally negligent Hindus come and tell me, oh, Swami G, these ISKCON people have Goshala, maintain cows, but all that takes too much time, waste of time. It is not productive. We can just buy the cow milk from the shop and from the mall and do Abhishekam. I think by now you guys know my answer. Why?
Nithyananda, welcome back to the show. And Nithyananda Maya, welcome back. So, yes. Yes, Aya. So basically, as we're coming close to the end of the show, so I just have a question for you, Aya. What is the powerful cognitions that you have gotten from this satsang, and how do you see yourself living these powerful cognitions that Swamiji has given you? And what changes do you see in your own life by applying these powerful cognitions, living these powerful cognitions, and establishing a Goshala, a Gau Mandir, and doing daily Gau Puja and Gau seva?
My most favorite powerful cognition that I've been gifted by Swamiji in all four levels. That is, in the level of idea, in the level of in Tamil we say that karuthu, arivu, intelligence, anubhavam, experience, anubhuti, cognition. In all these four levels, the powerful cognition that I've been given is that you are Paramashiva. When I started to live this, initially it was a lot of questioning, then really answers. But then later I understood all the problems that we face are the delusions that makes us the suffering. All of them are centered on some identity. We pick up some societal identity, we pick up some kind of an identity, and when we make our cognitions based on that limited identity that was given to us, the result is always suffering. But whereas when we pick the identity, Swamiji beautifully says that any identity that you pick other than that you being God is delusion. When we pick that identity, I see that I am no longer limited to just this body. I am feeling the oneness with the whole cosmos. I am feeling the oneness with the cows that I raise. I am feeling oneness with the all beings, not just with cows, all beings around me. That is a very powerful existence. I see that even when people consider, when people getting into the so-called clash or the, I am seeing that only some part of me is getting reflected through them. And when I started to complete, I see the whole dynamics changes. Living Paramadvaita is a very powerful way to exist, living or centering our lives and based on the principles that are not just the principles, the way of existence what Swamiji has revealed. centering our life on those is a very powerful way to live. May that be dealing with your headache, or may that be dealing with the persons who are trying to harm you. Everything simply have a completely different kind of equations when we start living is. And when I look back, Swamiji beautifully, in this satsang, Swamiji beautifully related our emotions with the greater, or what is happening in the Brahmanda. The fear is associated with the electromagnetic force. If we complete with our fear, if we know how to handle the fear within, we know how to handle the whole fear-related incidences in our existence, or in the society, in the place where we live, or the person who is whom we are interacting with, how to empower them with the truth. All of those things started to flower. So the powerful cognition that I live and enjoy is the gift given by Swamiji, that you are none other than Paramashiva himself. Just by using that, we can completely transform our life in all levels. And related to Gau Mandir and Gau Puja, see, one of the problem that I was having, even Devi mentioned that in an Akashic reading. Swamiji, when she Swamiji did the Akashic reading, Devi Parashakti Arulwad. So Devi said that I have a laziness problem. That laziness problem simply disappeared after having a cow. Now I do not go and touch the cow without me taking shower. Without me doing puja, I don't go and touch the cows. They are very sacred, and that became a lifestyle for me. And my activism has skyrocketed, and my ability to contribute in life has skyrocketed, and my ability to relate with life has skyrocketed. And these are the things that we can relate with in a normal realm. In the powerful realm, I'm telling you this. See, if I cool my stomach using Karampasus yoga or dai, the rain comes. I have tested it so many times. If the Karampasus, if I consume the Karampasus dai or yogurt, to some extent, the outside environment, the climate, everything changes. I see, I feel, and I experience, cognize the oneness with the whole cosmos is flowering more and more just by having a cow. Just by having a cow, the oneness with the cosmos is flowering. Not just having, the understanding of having some milk for tea or yogurt for your food. Not just that. The very oneness, the Paramatvaida with the cosmos is flowering to a completely different level when cows are part of our life. That's when I realized how rich this civilization was, how rich our ancestors' lifestyle was, and how we are getting literally being fooled by thinking that outside success is being measured using just the currency. That is the ultimate delusion. Now, when I look back myself, when I had the so-called career, the so-called US Western lifestyle with centered on currency, I was like a beggar. I was literally a beggar, consciously beggar. Now I am extremely rich, and this richness cannot be bought by currency. That shift has happened just by having cows. The oneness, my oneness with the entire environment happened just by having a cow. My enlightenment is flowering to a completely different level just by having the cows. All that I do is some go seva in the morning, and whenever I hired a person to help me also, but my most favorite time is that me spending my time with the cows. That became my most favorite time in the day.
So beautiful.
And not just that, see, if I'm
So beautiful, Aya. I do have one question also for you, Aya. See, in the satsang, Swamiji says how, just by hugging a cow, that can melt 4-5 hours of the inner violence. And in today's world, where we are seeing so much of violence in terms of crimes and even in terms of global wars between countries, have you experienced this in your life where, just by hugging a cow, you just felt the violence inside you just melted and brought so much healing within you and within your family?
Yes, ma, that is very true. See, not just within my family, the friends who are visiting me, they are literally getting healed when they go close to the cows that we are raising. And all the life negative emotions like depression and all of that simply melts, and I'm no longer able to relate with such life negative emotions just by having the cow. And when I go out for the city or city for various reasons, I see what are all the things that are getting into my body when I am being in that kind of people, when I travel to some other location and all. When I just come back, ma, all I do is walk barefoot in the place where I have my cows and spend some time. I hug them. I literally daily hug them. They hug me. They lick me.
How many cows does?
Ma, I have 4 of them now, but working on 4 cows and 1 bull. All of them are in the Congayam Karampasu breed, which is it's a very unfortunate state today that this breed is almost in going down and down, and I at least with the grace of Swami G, with the grace of Paramashiva, I really want to bring back this breed back to our daily life. And I'm also talking to the nearby temple, and I'm also encouraging the temples to have Goshala based on this breed, because these are very special breeds. And they are very powerful beings. They are not just cow that gives you the utility value, day-to-day utility value, or help you in farming. They are very powerful beings. I'm able to relate with when we say that all 33 million gods and goddesses are part of the cow.
Yes.
I'm literally seeing them. After visiting a city, when I come back and I may be hungry, I may be little agitated, irritated, that inner violence, that because of when we are expanding ourselves more beyond the body, all of those things also become part of it. Just by coming and touching, hugging my cows, just by being barefoot on the place where they live, completely takes away all that negative emotions from me, and also gives me enormous enthusiasm and the life positivity just by being with them in their breathing space. I see this is not only for me. All the friends who are visiting here, they are also experiencing the same kind of transformation. So that's when I understood how powerful these beings are. Their powerfulness has nothing to do with the kind of the weapons that you have, or the kind of violence or physical power that you have. The ability to transform the being is the true powerfulness that I'm enjoying with these cows a lot.
Yes, sir. And do you see that, like how cows can be a solution to the mental breakdown that people are experiencing today, especially after the pandemic? So many people are suffering from depression. Do you see that, just having cows, like Swamiji mentioned, having cows in our home can be a solution for that, for the global pandemic called depression that we are having now?
Ma, not just for that, ma. If the Dharma needs to be established in a society, we should have our Goshala. Goshala does not mean only Go Mata, but also the Nandis. Why in Saiva Siddhanta, as part of learning Saiva Siddhanta, I understood that Nandi represents Dharma, and that's because Nandi is representing Dharma. Paramashiva have him as his vehicle. This may sound, but actually I'm telling you, if we in a society, if we have Nandis, Dharma is a default outcome. There is nothing much to be done to. I'm telling you, the entire police force will be redundant, or the law enforcement people will be redundant just by having this lifestyle. Not just for taking away your depression. I'm telling you, the health will skyrocket if we have our Desi cows. Why, let's say I'll share this with in a very short time. See, when a mother gives birth for twins, one boy and one girl, when she breastfeeds them, the nutrition that is sent to the boy's baby, boy baby, or the girl child or the boy child will be completely different, even though she is eating the same idli. The Devi's consciousness within the mother nourishes the kids. This is the attribute of our mother. Attribute we have for our indigenous cows, Desi cows. What does that mean is, I am raising these, and when she gives the milk to me, she is not differentiating between me and the calf for which she is giving the milk. See what she does, when I am milking, when I'm milking my cow, instead of she licking the her calf, she turns around and she starts to lick me. That indicates that she is not differentiating between me and her calf. The relationship between me and her, and me looking at her as my second mother, she has the same attribute of nourishing this body with the right nutrition regardless of what she eats. I mean, it is the same grass that she eats, but the milk that she produces has the nutrition that is specific for this body. I have experienced an enormous amount of healing within my being after having the cows. And I am seeing the same thing happening for all those folks who are visiting my place. I am encouraging, see, the kids, they are coming here, they literally falling in love with the cows. They want to spend more and more time with the cows. One of my friend who visited my friend in US, they visited me recently. And their kid, probably 10-year-old maybe, or 6-7-year-old, I don't know his age. It is the first time he said, okay, you guys pack off and go. I'll just live here for 4 more days or 5 more days and come. I don't know, alone. And his mother said that he never uttered such word to anybody before. That I'm able to see that the enormous amount of healing that a cow can bring in our life. It's may that be their product of Panchagavya, may that be their product like, cow dung. All of them has enormous utility value, day-to-day utility value in terms of having a good health and also having a spiritual path. In the spiritual path also, in experiencing the enlightenment, all of them have a completely different or powerfulness. See, our cow urine, our cow dung, both of them are used in construction. When we build a home with such substances, cow urine, cow dung, and the neem leaf, or the kadkai, or the haritaki, jaggery, and all that, that is another thing that I am currently working on too, bringing the traditional construction back. I'm telling you, experiencing the Turiya or Turiyatita state becomes effortless. You don't have to spend your time sitting and trying to do this, that, and no. All of those things are automatically happening. Experiencing Turiya happens automatically. Experiencing the Turiyatita happens automatically. Experiencing the oneness happens automatically. I am seeing our village lifestyle, the traditional Hindu way of village lifestyle centered on temples. When Swamiji says, we are temple-centric society, that life is extremely rich, and that richness cannot be obtained by the very idea of currency, what is being promoted these days. And that's when I understood how rich I am now. Then when I was in US, I see that it completely transformed me. The way how I relate with life, the way how I relate with relations, the way how I relate with everything has completely changed. And to live this life, it is pure grace of Swamiji, and it is his pure grace of his teachings and initiations. And he gave me the guts. Hey, listen, you are, the direction in which you are going is right. And he gave me that confidence, and he held me And because of that, I'm able to enjoy all these things. That is the truth that I have to admit. It's not that all the time we did not have problems, but he never let me experience, or he never let me go through the powerless state. That alone itself has the enormous impact on the environment itself. When Swamiji says your fear in the electromagnetic force is something that we can easily relate with, I'm seeing even the environment is getting benefited just by having the cows. Now I can confidently say the Karam Pasus that I am rising now is the blessing for the whole village here, not just for me getting some utility value of milk and other substances. No, it is the true blessing for the whole area, and I am encouraging everyone to have it. If you look back just 2-3 years, Swamiji said 2-3 generations back, every house there were cows, Desi cows. Now even in the name of genetical modification, even in the in the name of science, the cows were highly abused, and they are, see, Kerala, if we look at it, Kerala lost the dharma. I can very confidently say Kerala lost its dharma, and the adharmic forces are taking over in Kerala.
And
You
one
just
thing I
look
want to
at
mention, actually, Aya, that resonated is, you've mentioned how, just by having cows, there's no need for any police. And Swamiji also has declared that Kailasa, which is the only Hindu nation, does not require any police. We do not have any police. So one of the secrets is living with cows. So I just have one last question for you, Aya, as we are coming close to the end of the show. What message do you have for our audience today?
What message do I have the audience? As the Swamiji said, live with a cow. You will enjoy all the best thing in the entire cosmos. All your health, you will experience a completely different level of health. You will experience completely different level of wealth. You will experience completely different level of relationship. You will experience enlightenment itself. The cows can give you that. That is the message, man. Not just the message, it is in my experience and in my cognition.
Thank you so much, Aya. And it was such a pleasure to have you today on the show, and to listen to you sharing all the experiences that you've had with Swamiji, and with having caring for cows. Thank you so much for coming today on the show and sharing with us. And please stay tuned. Tomorrow again we'll be having another episode on the occasion of the 45th Chaturmasya of our beloved Swamiji. And we are going to have another very special guest, and we are going to be discussing about on another topic tomorrow. So please stay tuned, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And now let us end with the Purna Mantra.
It's a blessing, ma. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Thank you.